cybersecurity expert Charles Tendell.
Systemic failures that brought their whole systems down.
Charles Tendell, he's a certified ethical hacker.
Your emails, it turns out, are not nearly as private as you think.
Show really how vulnerable we are.
Charles Tendell, who deals with hackers all the time, says,
If you have to ask yourself, is this right? It probably isn't.
Welcome.
So Shauna, thank you for giving me a minute of your time today to sit down at RSA and tell me about what you got going on.
You're very welcome.
All right, so introduce yourself to my audience. Tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Sure, so my name is Shauna and I'm with a company called Data Logger, and we've been around for 10 years now. I've been with the company for about 6 years, and currently I manage the channel. I started off doing office management and then moved to marketing, and now I do channel, and I still do a little bit of the marketing for Data Logger.
That's fun. So you got a bit of a marketing background.
Well, actually, my personal background, I studied psychology, so I had nothing to do with technology, but I basically learned on the job, and here I am today.
Nice. So being in psychology, going into kind of the marketing field, that's got to be a plus, right?
Well, yeah, psychology, I mean, that anybody, it applies in any industry, whether it's sales, marketing, it's good to have like a psychology background.
Right. So you understand how people think. You can help them either sell them the right technology
Exactly.
or craft it better for them to
Exactly.
meet their needs. Nice. So tell me a little bit, what does Data Locker do?
So Data Locker is a technology company. We started off with a flagship product. This is actually the third version of our flagship product, the Data Locker DL3.
Wow.
And what it is it's an encrypted external hard drive. So it has the encryption at the firmware level, making it hardware encrypted. And so it's user-friendly. The users, all they need to do is simply enter in a password. And it has advanced security features like a rotating pin pad to prevent surface analysis. It also has alphanumeric keypad for strong password requirements.
wow.
And so basically it's easy to use for the user. All they would do is enter in the password, enter it in, and then...
Not that password though.
Not that
Hopefully a
password,
more
of
secure
course, of course, but just for demo purposes, just to show you kind of. And the data is unencrypted with the password, and the encryption keys never leave the device. So you don't have to be in IT to figure out how to do this encryption. It's already done for you on the device level.
Very nice.
And that's kind of how the company got started, and over the years we've kind of expanded to the flash drive business and also to software. We also have a cloud encryption gateway called SafeCrypt, and we have a central management console to manage all these encrypted endpoints.
Nice. So tell me a little bit about how it works. I'm assuming that with it all being contained on the device, basically all it does is say you're authorized to use what's encrypted on here. Let me now transfer it via USB or any other mechanism?
So yes, it's a USB mass storage device. Also with the flash drive, it's also USB.
That's a really cool flash drive.
Yes, this is actually... But basically how it works is there's a crypto chip inside that does the encryption. So basically it encrypts every piece of data coming onto the hard drive that's inside. And so it's platform independent. You can format the drive to whatever format you need. You can use it with Mac, Windows, Linux, and you don't have to worry about downloading any software, clients, and all that kind of stuff. Like everything is done for you at the device level.
That's really cool. Now, in terms of usability, right? I see this has got a really cool interface on it. It's all touch screen and everything else for it. This is really geared more toward the consumer or more toward the enterprise, or both?
It can be used for consumer. It's actually has a advanced security feature that protects against brute force. So basically, if you enter in the password incorrectly a set number of times, it'll wipe the encryption keys, and you won't have basically you can't access the data.
Right. Like most people are kind of used to that on their phones.
For the consumer level, I mean, it's for those people who let's say, require that extra level of security.
A little bit.
Exactly. So the use cases for this device is mainly in those industries that are regulated, that require this type of encryption for storing any data offline. Or this is also used in cases of like backing up. Like people back up their entire computers on a regular hard drive. If somebody walks off with that hard drive, your entire computer is backed up onto it.
They have everything that we're sitting in it, right?
Exactly. So for use cases like secure backups, also for transporting large amounts of data. We're also big in like the film industry. They need to send bits and pieces of films to all over. But to nowadays with 4K, like to try to download like gigabytes of data over the internet, like that's going to take days.
Just not a thing anymore, right?
So just pop it on one of these drives, ship it overnight, and you can rest assured that your data is going to be encrypted it at rest.
That's a really cool use case. Now, tell me a little bit more. You said the encryption keys and everything, they're all stored on the device.
Correct, on a hidden partition.
So if I
Never
get
leave
it
the
and I were to
device.
forget about it, right? If I were to get a data locker device and forget about the key, I'm kind of SOL at that point.
So that's where the central management comes in. If your device is centrally managed, the admin has the ability to remotely reset the password. So let's say you forget your password, all you do is you send a message to your admin, and they'll be able to do a password reset for you.
Nice. Now, how does that work? Would you have to plug it into a machine, and then the machine gets detected, or how does it remotely get to the device if I'm, say, in California at RSA?
Sure. So basically, it connects through the internet. It needs to be an internet-connected
device.
system.
Okay.
And basically, what it does is it sets it. It's kind of a two-step process. Obviously, you have to verify who you are. So there's like a response and challenge and response kind of code that gets passed back and forth. The admin will send you a code, then you send the admin a code, and then it'll initiate the password reset process.
Nice. So again, it has to be connected to whatever computer the admin has access
yes.
to.
And you have to have access to your email to kind of make it a little bit of two-factor. So
Okay. So there are definitely some steps to that one.
Exactly.
It's not just like plug it into the internet.
Of course. I mean, that's the price you pay for security.
Indeed. Now, is this just something that you have to have like a predefined admin that's going to do it, or is there any way that Data Locker could be able to say we run into a San Bernardino situation and we have to get it unlocked? How would that work?
So no.
It's like you're on your own.
If you talk to our CEO, he has the whole thing about this. But basically, this is AES encryption. You can't. I mean, you're kind of SOL. Yes. I mean, we as the manufacturer, we can't even get into the device. That's how secure it is.
I like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I always see that there needs to be some sort of way for somebody to have a fail-safe to get into it, in my opinion. Especially in the world where technology has become such an appliance, right?
Yes.
You're going to have that users can be like, I've got 100 years worth of baby pictures on this thing, and I forgot my password.
Yes.
How do I get in?
Well, unfortunately, unless you have that central management piece, I mean, it's just
You're done.
Yes, exactly.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, tell me a little bit more about. You got this little USB guy
Yeah. So this is
here.
a
That's
new
the same
Data
thing
Locker
as small.
Sentry K300, and this is actually a new product that we're launching here at RSA. It's expected to be available June 1st. But basically what it is it's taking the idea and the technology of our flagship product and putting it onto a more portable USB form factor. So it's the first in its kind to incorporate the light up screen.
Nice.
So you can actually see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it has a true alphanumeric password. So some of our competitor products, let's say, for example, if your password was, dad, it would be like 323. So that's actually not a true
really
alpha.
Password,
exactly. So with this, for instance, you can press it and it's like the old texting, with
goodness,
a little
T9
So yes,
flashback.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see the letters and allows you to have a true alphanumeric password.
Wow.
Yep, and everything is managed at the device level, so it's also platform independent. It has a built-in battery, so you don't have to worry about power. So you can power it on, authenticate it, and then connect it to any system that has USB, whether it's your laptop, computer, or ATM machine, or anything, even with a television. If you have a video presentation on here, you can connect it into your TV, and once you unplug it, it's fully secured.
Nice. So again, going back to the kind of the self-contained technology that we have here, it's completely platform independent. All of the heavy lifting is handled right here.
Yes.
So I enter in my code, it goes through the decryption process, and then essentially enables the USB port.
Exactly.
Okay.
And even if you format it, the hidden partition it doesn't touch that portion. So the encryption at the hardware level is always on. You can't turn it off.
Now here's a super geeky kind of engineering kind of approach to it, right? Because we're at a giant hacker conference, sort of.
Exactly.
Hardware-wise, does the software only recognize hardware that's built into the device? So if I were to take it apart and see...
Correct. If you were to take it apart and take out the memory and try to read it, everything on there is fully encrypted.
Nice. And I couldn't possibly move the keypad to one or swap the keypads out and unlock a particular storage device because I already know the code for it.
I believe in this model there's epoxy, so I mean there's advanced security features where it prevents you from doing that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, Shauna, it has been a pleasure. Tell people, how can they find out more about Data Locker? Where can they find you here at RSA? What's your website?
Sure. So we're at booth 3206 in the North Hall, and our website is datalocker.com.
Right on. So is there a social media component or anything else like that?
At Data Locker on
Right
Twitter. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, and I believe we're on Instagram. I'll have to check with my marketing team.
I won't fault you for it because I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to fit in on Instagram.
Yeah,
It's
Instagram technology, it's not, it's
right?
not a...
It's like we're told not to take pictures of some of the things we've got. Maybe just the end point of it.
Exactly.
Well, Shauna, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
That's it. Now I have to go and hit stop.